Hello everyone, this is Brendan here with the Fly Fiend. Today I'm going to tie you up a sucker spawn for Fly of the Week. I'm going to start out with the size 8 egg hook. I like 8s and 10s for my eggs. We're going to start out with a base of white 6/0 thread. Start right behind the eye, work it in. Tie right back to where the hook starts to bend. And then clip that tag in. So for my sucker spawns, I like to throw a stinger on the back. I'll be using diamond braid, but I like to throw a stinger just because it adds a little extra color. And for this one, I'll be tying up a yellowy green sucker spawn, and I'll throw a white tail in. So I'm gonna cut, about an inch of white diamond braid, fold it in half, pinch it, and go ahead and tie that in there. Tie that front stuff in, and keep in mind this will get covered, but tie in good and tight, and you can see that I have a little tail right here. Then for my sucker spawn, I'll cut about 5-6 inch piece of the diamond braid color that you'll be using, the yellowy green, and I'm going to start out with a little pinch in the back, similar to the size for the stinger. But I'll start out with a pinch, put it back there, measure it out. You don't want it longer than that tag end so you still have that color, but put a few loose wraps in. Can kind of situate where you want it, and then go ahead and get 1 or 2 tight wraps, and then you have your base. Then I like to kind of, just to secure it, move it up in front, get a few wraps, and then we'll start our next set of loops. So the reason I like to double it over is because you can just take 2, pinch, bring it back, measure it up. You don't want it longer than that tail end, but measure it up, pinch, and you're just going to repeat all the way up the hook shank. Give a few wraps up front, go ahead and repeat. And you can use both hands just to measure. It will just kind of help you gradually get these humps. And you can see that they're building up, they'll spread out, whatever. But you can systematically add 2 at a time. And then when you get up here, you don't want to crowd the eye of the hook, but you can either, I got 3 different wraps with the tail end in there, but you can either trim it off or you can throw one more in there, but I don't like to crowd the hook, so I'm going to leave a little extra to tie down so the material's in there tight. And it doesn't need to be perfect because the fish aren't going to notice, but you tie it off, clip the front ends, and then you see all the different layers of humps that I have. 1, 2, 3, and then the tail end right there. It might be a little hard to see, and then I have my stinger. Then once you get those wraps in there, go ahead and take your whip finish tool, give a few spins, trim off that tag end, and you're all set. That's an easy sucker spawn. I like to do it with chartreuse and orange, blue, pink, and then you just kind of change up the stingers, and feel free to try stuff out because you never know what fish is going to take, and you might find a lucky combination. There you have an easy sucker spawn.